Alright, so the purpose of this video is to show you how to use the plotting little pieces to this graph. So this one's the one with the line, this one's the one with an absolute value. This is when you have a parabola, and this is when, for us, will be the cubic function. Later on, it will be a polynomial function, but for this one, that's going to stand for cubic. In fact, when you hover, and let's see if I can show you, when you hover each one, see this says it's a line tool. When I hover over this one, that's an absolute value tool. This one's a quadratic tool. Now notice it says 3-point quadratic tool. So that means that if you're going to use that one, you're going to need 3 points. So if your graph is a parabola, you're going to need 3 points in here for it to graph. Over here, notice it says 4 points. So if you're trying to graph a cubic function, then you're going to need 4 points. All right, so 4-point cubic tool, 3-point quadratic tool, and notice it doesn't have any points. Line tool, absolute value tool, and for those, all you need are 2 points. So let's just play around. Let's kind of see what that looks like. Now, before I go on, well, let's just do this. All right, so I clicked on the line tool, and I want you to notice, see how my cursor is moving right here, the little blue box. Up here, right here, wherever I move it, notice that the coordinates of that point are located here. So if you really can't tell where it is on here, always look here, and that kind of helps. So right now I'm at -316. This is at -3, and so on. Okay. So let's say that I'm trying to graph a line, and one of my points is this one right here. So I'm gonna where my arrow is. So I'm gonna click on that. All right. So I want to plot the other point. So let's say the other point, and notice my little box right here. So let's say the other point is this right here. Let's do this one, and notice that up here, in the low ordered pair in the yellow area, you see 414. Click on that, and there's your line. Okay. Now let's go to the absolute value. So the absolute value one, again, all I need are 2 points. So let's say this is my first one. Put a little dot there. Okay. So and then the other, remember, all you need to graph a line and an absolute value are 2 points. So let's say that my other point is here. All right, so I'm gonna put a little dot there, and so there's my parabola. Okay, let's do I'm sorry, my absolute value. Let's do the parabola. Now the parabola, you need 3 points, because that says 3-point quadratic tool, and then for the cubic one you need 4 points. So for the parabola, when I click on it, I'm going to draw the parabola. I need 3 points. So 1, then let's say this is the other one, and I'm trying to move that one. All right, so there we go. All right, so see, I had those 2 points here, so I'm going to move it. Just pick a point on there, move it until you find the other points. So let's say the other point's right here. All right, and so you've drawn your parabola. So I plotted those 3 points. When I do the cubic, I need 4 points. So let me see if I can clear this. I'm going to go ahead and clear this, and I'll come back and do the cubic. Okay, so now I'm going to do the cubic one. So I'm going to press this one right here. Okay, I need 4 points. All right, and so let's say this is my first. Remember, always look here. If you really can't tell from here, and it's hard from here because it goes from -50 all the way to +50, right? So you really can't tell where you are looking here. You have to look here as well. All right, so let's say, remember, we need 4 points to do the cubic. So let's say this is my first one. All right, oops. All right, my first one. All right, you got to play around with this sometimes. All right, and then, okay, there we go. All right, so you got to, so that was my first point. So I'm going to move this around until, let's say this right here is my second point. So my second point, remember, always look here. So let's say my second point is at -2, -13. I'm going to click on it. Okay, so now I see that. All right, and notice that. Remember, you need 4 points. So 3 points. See, I'm on my third point, right? So 3 points is this parabola right here. I'm not trying to draw a parabola. I'm trying to draw this cubic. All right, but you need 4 points. So here's, let's say this is my third one. All right, so I put a little dot there. See the little dot? So 1, 2, there were 3 of them. I need one more. And so notice I'm moving along here until I get to that fourth point. All right, and so see how it's now looking like a cubic? So let's say my point is here. So I'm going to click on it, and there's my parabola. Now, you have to make sure that your function, your points are correct, but that's how you do it. All right, so hopefully this will help you. Um, and it's obviously the wrong answer to whatever this was, but then you just click save. And let me see if I can move it over. I don't think I can. Let me see. So when I click save, well, you can actually see it. So when you click save, here's the graph that you ended up with. All right, and then you would check your answer, and then the one I did was incorrect, but that's how you do it. All right, so hopefully this helps.